And we are back for another exciting episode of the Creators Collective. This week should be an exceptionally fun one, as it will be completely normal, and that is what makes them beautiful. I do want to say a huge thank you to our patrons on Patreon, especially Darren Mates, Caleb Harris, of You Can Make This Too, and Judith Grass. Thank you for helping us keep going. That is a fantastic thing for us. You can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast: iTunes, Google Play, Cloud, Stitcher, and so on. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next podcast. I guess I should end with that rather than beginning with that.
And our live
Welcome to the
chat
Creators
is
Collective.
this morning.
Welcome to Creators Collective, where the intros are always interesting. Cool. Well, now that we got that out of the way, let's jump into what we're doing, what we're working on. Zach, what you got? Hammers?
Yeah, trying to finish some of those up. Man, I am like so completely overwhelmed. Just like logistics and stuff. I mean, I had we got the spring make thing in Cleveland coming up in a few weeks, so getting everything figured out for that. I'm going to be teaching a blacksmithing class with Brett McAfee. So we're trying to figure out what exactly we're going to teach, put together like an agenda, all that sort of thing. And then I think like a week or two after I get back from that is Maker Central. So, I mean, I've spent probably almost $4,000 in the past week on travel plans. I'll be getting compensated for a lot of that, not the Maker Central one, but just, man, just trying to figure out all the logistics, where I'm staying, what days we're doing. For Maker Central, we decided if we're going to fly all the way to, England, we might as well add a few days to it and do some sightseeing, and it would just be a shame to go over there for like 2-3 days and then leave. So we're flying into London, and we're going to go to Paris for a day and check out, is it the Louvre or the Louvre or Louvre? How like I hear it interchangeably. I don't know what the proper, if you pronounce the R at the end or not. Anybody know?
I think it's Louvre.
I believe it is the Louvre, but in a French accent, they make sounds that I can't make. So
whatever you do, make sure you put that V sound on the end. Otherwise, you're just going to the loo.
Oh, yeah. So we're gonna check that out. I'm pretty excited about that. Let's see what. I don't know. I think we might want to check out a castle or something when we're there. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. I just pretty much gave my wife my credit card and said,
"You should take the train. You should take the train up to Edinburgh. It's a beautiful city.
Yeah,
beautiful. I love it."
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be doing similar, but we'll just be staying in the UK. We'll be hitting London for 4 or 5 days, and then we'll be going out and around.
Are you doing that before or afterwards?
Before and after.
Oh yeah, we're actually flying into London. So
yeah, we're flying into London, and then doing the south side of UK for 3 or 4 days, then going up to Maker Central, then coming back down and just doing London proper.
Huh. Yeah. So I don't really know like exactly what we're doing. Like I said, I just told my wife, I'm like, here, figure it out. So, yeah. So that's going to be fun. And then, God, I was just told, there's Fab Tech that's coming up later in the year, and I think I'm supposed to go to Milwaukee to do something with Fair Abrasives, one of the companies that I work with. And apparently, I watched it a while ago, but there was a show on, I think it was the History Channel, called Milwaukee Blacksmith. It's like a little family of blacksmiths that did stuff, and apparently they're tied in with them, so I might go up there and do some stuff with them. And then what else? There's Fab Tech, and then teaching a class at Jimmy's this fall, another forging class. So it's just like trying to figure out all the travel for the year. It's out of control. It's good. And my wife has her second interview for a transfer to a position in Columbus, Ohio today. So I think that takes place right after the podcast. So she's saying that if that goes well, there's a third and final. That's more of a what's the word?
Like a formality?
Yeah, I think the last one's like more of a formality, but I don't know. We'll know soon. If not, we're probably just gonna check out an old failed industrial city and just try and squat on some property so I can set up shop. Maybe Detroit. I don't know. Someplace abandoned and miserable by the Great Lakes where I can just steal power and set up shop.
Hey,
I mean, I'd be willing to pay rent, but I don't know who I'd pay it to.
I've heard worse plans.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Will, what you got?
Oh, come on. Am I cutting out already?
No.
No.
Okay. All right. I didn't hear what you said then. You were cutting out. It's your fault.
Oh, okay.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
What do you have going on?
Oh, baby. No.
Another one?
No. Oh, yeah, that was quick, right? Yeah. Irish twins. Let's do this. No.
We did that.
Yeah.
2 kids in 3 years.
Oh, there you go. No, my son Callum is awesome. He likes to get up to eat throughout the night, so that's been fun. Kind of working as a zombie. I got the media console carcass or framework together, which was a slightly stressful glue up, just because it was 8 mortise and tenons that I had to glue up all at once, and like running around the assembly table trying to get them before the glue setup, trying to get the tenons in the mortises like all at the same time. But that came together. I used Type on 3 for the added open time on that. And that it went well. So I'm going to try to finish that up. Probably not this week just because I don't have the time this week. But I'll probably finish that up next week and paint the base and sand the top and all that jazz. Just got it confirmed commission on another book matched live edge table for a couple in DC.
Wow.
So
those things out.
Yeah, it's what's the things like once you start doing one thing, like that's your thing and everybody wants it, So Zach's like the hammer guy. I'm the book match table guy.
He used to be the leather purse guy.
He used to be the leather purse guy. That's right.
I've a lot of guys. That sounds weird.
That does sound weird. And trolls on YouTube.
Yeah, you had a good one.
God, that
one.
That just dude called me a fake woodworker for using machines in my shop to do most of the work. And I just like wanted to, internet kick him in the sack. Like it really got under my skin. So I came back and said, "Oh, do you think Roubaud was actually dimensioning all his own lumber?" No, he had apprentices doing that in his shop, and he was going to be fitting joinery. But he hasn't responded.
Will.
I know he hasn't responded, and like he's winning.
It's because he doesn't care.
That's true.
If you didn't care, you'd be winning.
Yeah, I know. It's just, but I get a lot of troll
comments. It's just a title, though. I mean, like why do people care about titles?
I thought about getting.
I mean, I've been a lot of guys.
Side. You thought about getting on his side, James? Yeah. Oh, I would have. Oh.
Well, I mean, who cares if you're even if just for argument's sake, say, so his definition of a woodworker means you can't use power tools. Who cares? Who cares if you're a quote unquote woodworker? You make stuff and you enjoy making it. Like, why do you have to be using his values as an argument against him, saying like, well, I don't care if I'm a woodworker.
Yeah.
I get at least one comment every other day or so where someone says to me, "Oh, that's not a traditional method. Why are you doing it that way?"
Yeah, just the internet.
Yeah.
As he sits on his on his computer connected to, the
That's
entire world and watching videos of people building stuff saying that you're not doing it traditionally.
That's what I responded to him. What I said was I said ellipses as he types on his digital device, watching an internet video only made possible by the advancement of technology.
Well, why do people care? Like, do you think he has a microwave? Be like, that's not the traditional way to heat up frozen burritos. Traditionally, frozen burritos weren't frozen.
That's right. Oh God.
What?
Yeah,
Why?
Joshua
Why?
Luther
Why? Why do people where does this even come from? Why do people think that why do they even think you care? I mean, obviously you do, but
I usually don't, but this one just got to me. Yeah.
But I mean, why? What a dumb tenant to assume that people have. It's like, who said I was trying to be anything? Like, why do people just assume?
That's so weird because every now and then I get trolls every day that post something dumb. And most of the time they just roll off me or I laugh or something of that nature. But every now and then some comment gets on there that just gets under my skin and I have no idea why. And it's just like any of the other ones, but it sticks in the back of my brain for a day or two. It's like,
yeah.
And I hate myself more than the troll because it's like, come on, get rid of that thing.
Yeah. It's like, I should just go out and make something in my shop and then sell it and be like, ha.
Yeah.
The worst thing about it is it's like you don't get a chance to have a proper rebuttal. It's like in real life, if somebody says something to you, you're like you get a chance to actually have a two-sided argument. But with the trolls, they just post something and you respond, and then they don't comment back, so you just look dumb.
Yeah, that's exactly
because you look like a petty child, trying to even trying to respond and defend yourself. If you don't do that, it doesn't matter. But if they don't comment back, it's like getting dumped. It's like or it's like back in the single days, like you send a text message to a girl that you like and she just doesn't write you back.
Yes,
not that that's ever happened to me or anything.
Never ever,
Yeah, but it's like whoever has the last word wins. So I usually just don't even type about that stuff. But yeah, I get some good ones too. For some reason, the target of my my comments nowadays, it isn't about my videos. It's about what a absolutely horrible musician I am. How I'm like the worst guitar player in the world, and I don't, which I think is funny. Like, I never said I was good. People were like, "You're not that good." I'm like, who said I was good?
I think that's the thing. Yeah,
it's the most childish. They're manifesting their own argument. It's like, what kind of insecurity do you have to where you're to where you feel threatened by somebody doing something, so you create it, so you start a fight out of it. Like you feel so insecure, you're like, man, I don't know if I could play that lead line. This guy sucks. I don't think I could. I don't have a planer. This guy's a loser. He uses a planer.
I can't do that because I don't have that.
Yeah.
No, I
think be like me.
I totally, because we are vulnerable, as online content creators, educators, whatever we are, we put ourselves out there to whoever wants to watch it and whoever wants to comment on it.
And people are commenting against your own soul.
Yeah, so there's a certain sense of vulnerability there that, for the most part, I think that YouTube, well, at least for my channel, YouTube and Instagram is this wonderful, supportive community. You learn a lot. A lot of people realize that if they have a critique or something, that they know how to be constructive with it. Yeah, or hey, that was really cool the way you did that. Have you ever tried doing it this way? And a lot of times I go,
tried not sucking.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I've always aimed to suck, so I haven't tried not sucking. So yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things that every now and then you just, yeah. But I
could do that. I could build cool stuff too if I didn't live in my parents' basement. Play video games all day. Sure, if I devoted my entire life to learning something, I could probably be good at it too, loser.
I'm really popular on Second Life.
Check out my Twitch stream, bro.
Oh, all right. Trolls. That's, yeah. No, that, and I just restored a Stanley Bailey number 4 Type 15. dated to 1931, 32, something like that. So I'm not fully restoring. I'm making it extremely usable. Like it is a usable tool now that takes just those beautiful gossamer shavings. I'm doing a video on how to set it up, and then I'm probably going to auction it off on Instagram. So
cool. That's a sweet idea.
Thanks. I've got enough number 4s that I was like, I want to show people how to restore one, but I don't need another number 4 in my collection. So
I know that problem.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd lost where I was at in life.
Something about trolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the live 2 weeks ago, I do a giveaway every live video, and the question on that one was, how many planes do I have? And it actually forced me to go around and count all the planes in my shop.
It's talking about airplanes or hand planes.
And most of the answers were like 150, 200, 300, and I think one guy was over 500. And,
so what was the answer? How many did you have?
83.
83. Wow. That is a lot.
Still a lot, but it was actually less than I was expecting. So
that's crazy.
That's nuts. Yeah. Huh.
Probably over half of them I use.
Okay.
The other half are either the molding planes on the top that I might use someday, or are there for show, or they're the ones I still have to restore. So how many planes do you have in your shop?
Let's see.
Spoke shaves don't count.
Spoke shaves don't count?
No.
Why not? It's just a chisel holder. I don't know, like 12. There's something like that. I don't know.
I bet I have 7-ish. Something around that I'd never use.
The sad thing is I could do almost all the videos I do with like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
I do almost all of my videos with none of them.
You need to make a hammer with a hand plane. Make a brass hammer.
Zach, have you ever thought about making a plane? Like
Tony?
Like Tony, or was it Steiner and help me out, James.
Sauer and Steiner. They were.
I've made a 25-inch plane blade before.
That was awesome. Yeah. I saw it in person. So.
I've been trying to find a channel to collab with to make a dovetailed body plane that has the scroll work on the sides with brass and steel bottom.
See, I'm not a machinist. I don't have any sort of machine.
You are the machine.
So like it would have to be, I don't know, like I feel like that's more of a machinist thing.
I don't know. Have you ever seen there's a guy, Young G? He sounds like a rapper, but he's Asian.
What are you saying? Asians can't be rappers?
No, that would be ridiculous. But when you say it, it's like sounds like Young G, but it's not. It's like just young.
It Y-U-N-G?
No, it's actually like Y-O-U-N-G, but it's J-E. Anyway,
that would be a great rap name for an Asian rapper, like Young G, but Y-U-N-G.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to make that happen.
Blasting out on the Korean hip hop scene. Yeah. No, so he makes.
You could call it K-rap.
Oh, we're gonna get blasted in the comments. No, he made a dovetail infill plane with a hacksaw.
Huh, that sounds terrible.
Well, that's what I want to do.
That sounds like a not fun thing to do with your
life. Hacksaw it close, and then you file it into its final detail.
Yeah.
See, I think it'd be cool to forge one. I don't know how.
I don't know how either. Yeah, like bending over the sides, and I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't think you could like. Maybe like a kind of like a coffin style or something.
Yeah, like
but
a
what
coffin.
Would be the point of that?
It'd be heavy.
Why would you do that?
Well, Stanley for a while actually made pressed body planes, and they would take a sheet, and with a punch, they would fold the sides up and punch out the mouth.
I think I have one of those, and it sucks.
Yeah, they're really, really cheap, and they're trashy.
They're like the little block planes, right?
Yeah. Well, they made full size ones as well, but they weren't as common because they were so cheap.
Yeah, I picked one up forever ago at like a yard sale for $1, and I like sharpened the iron and it still sucked, and so I never use it. But yeah, Gazankt in the comments posted a link to the Young G video that I was talking about. Check it out.
Cool.
All right.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I've been having fun in the shop.
Oh yeah, James, what are you working on?
I did my April Fool's joke for this year, and it was I was originally going to put it up a while ago, and then thought, no, I'm going to do that for April Fool's, and so I got the Bob Ross wig out and did a whole video on Bob Ross takes, but with woodworking twists. Happy little wood girls.
That was a fun video. I watched it. I will say, as the storyteller creator guy in my brain, I thought it was going to end like 5 times. I was like, oh, that was fun. Oh, he's still going. Okay, cool. All right.
I told you I don't like videos that have a story.
I was like, oh, that's a good way to wrap that. Nope, still going. All right. That was fun. How many trolls did you get on that video?
Oh, that was great. There are so many April Fool's haters out there, and I love seeing how many downvotes. Last time I looked at it, I think I had 30 downvotes, something like that. Phenomenal. I love that.
So I really liked your video, and I really like a good April Fool's prank, but it kind of ruins YouTube for a day.
Yes.
Because like, I usually get on there in the morning and just see what everybody's posting, and then, like mark which videos I want to go back and watch later. But it was like, I watched yours and then Sean Boyd's, and then I was like, every video is just going to be a joke, and it's gonna piss me off.
See, I really liked Paul Sellers, because I went the ultra calm Bob Ross low tone voice, and then Paul Sellers did the new age YouTuber how to video with the rock and roll background.
Oh, I didn't watch his.
Absolutely awesome. So the two of us did the same idea but went opposite directions.
That's funny. I need to watch his because
subscribe now.
Oh wow!
I should have just April Fools that I would put out a YouTube video in the next month. Hey guys, upload a video here soon. Just kidding.
Yeah, April Fools.
Yeah. I haven't. Man, I think in the past like 6 months I've put out like 2 videos or something, if that.
I don't even know.
Yeah,
how
either.
Yeah. My ad revenue is down.
Oh, I'm way up right now.
That's why I mean, not that I plan on like quitting YouTube, but I don't really care. I don't really care anymore. Like if I feel inspired to make a video, I'll do it. But I've been busy doing other stuff.
Well, for a while it was like a nice little like, heyo, like deposit into my bank account.
I've never had that. Like, I've never made. I've had like 2 months where I made money that was like useful from YouTube. I've been at it for 3 years. I've had like when my like the dumb file tool handle video went viral. I think I had a couple months where I made like $800 a month, and that thing has like 2 million views. And now it's back to like I don't make it. It's like, hey, do you want to go out to dinner tonight, wife? Like,
don't worry,
I just got my YouTube. Wendy's or McDonald's. For all you aspiring YouTube makers out there, I live a pretty lavish lifestyle for the 24 minutes after my YouTube check gets deposited. Yes, I will get the fries with that. Thank you.
Yeah, large size.
Since Christmas,
I get some of that honey
taking
sauce.
off. But it's now probably about a quarter of the whole household income is just YouTube ad revenue.
That's crazy. Wow. But you have like 40,000 videos.
I only have I just crossed 600 videos.
That's insane. I don't even know. What do I have?
I need to know what I have.
My best video is I have 4 videos that have over 100,000 views. And so I just have a very long rat tail of video watching.
I have 78 videos.
All right, hang on. I'm looking up mine. Videos.
Well, again, that's just on one channel. I do 9. I just started a 9th channel, and out of all of them, I think
You
I
have
have
like
well over
more
1,000
channels
videos.
than I have videos almost.
Where do I see how many videos I have?
Go to
Alright.
your video page and analytics.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've put out in the past 6 months. I've put out 3 videos. That's like, do you guys remember? Like, so this is why I like I check out of like all of the like. Have you seen the video about the new YouTube algorithm? And like, what's that guy who's always giving those talks that everybody shares?
Daryl Eves.
Yeah, there's like he's like the Alex Jones of YouTube. He's like the conspiracy like theorist of how to, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like you need to post every 45 minutes and do your comment and blah 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 like every 2 weeks since I posted 3 videos in 6 months. And I'm the largest YouTube channel there is. So listen to me.
Listen to me.
Listen closely.
I can't find my stuff, so I give up.
I just went to Social Blade. It tells you right at the top.
That would be the smart way to do it.
Now, my newest channel, I'm actually playing around in the gaming world, so that should be an interesting thing.
Boy.
So it's a very different audience group to play with. So kind of fun. Yeah,
I imagine there's going to be a lot of trolls in that space.
Oh yeah.
This is the troll episode. For anybody just tuning in, this is the troll episode.
Yeah. Feed the babies, not the trolls.
I wonder how did like the terminology troll and trolling come along?
I saw a video on that a while ago, but I don't remember what it was. I just remembered that I saw a video about it.
I have 122 videos and 3.3 million video views.
I just crossed 10 million views.
I'm creeping up on 9 million.
Wow. All right. No, you guys are. See, Zach, this is another thing. We're like, I don't even like YouTube. Like, whatever. Like, I'll put a video out like next year, and you have the biggest channel and gazillion views. That's funny.
Well, it's because I know the secrets to the algorithm.
Well, yeah.
Like, YouTube is secretly lizard people, and you have to appeal to them.
How Raoul Duke of you?
I was going with the Alex Jones thing, but
the lizard people. All right. Sorry, where are we? I'm
back to woodworking.
Like lack on sleep.
I like these.
Actually, I just got out the second video in the bed build, and this is coming along really nicely. So I'm really looking forward to getting this out. It's a massively beefy bed that will be like halfway between the weight of my table and dresser.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. The legs, all 4 legs, are 4 inches by 3 inches, solid white oak.
Wow. Are you worried about wood movement on a timber that big instead of doing a lamination?
Not so much, because the tenons going through it. Well, except for the stretcher ones, they all go through across the lamination. So.
Oh, okay, all right.
I mean, there'll be a little bit of movement, but even with that amount, if I were to have a non-air conditioned house, the movement across the leg would be less than a 64th. So I mean, it's within the compression of most of the tenons.
Well, I mean, but
I'm in a fully air conditioned house, so I mean, the movement is infinitesimally small.
But still, I mean, like the twist factor on a timber that big, a twist and crack factor as it dries out more and more.
Possibly, but yeah, not too worried.
Huh. All right.
I've seen a lot bigger 2-piece laminations.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Who knows? 20 years from now, ask me.
Ooh. Right before the podcast, my wife's boss texted her and asked if I want the 14-foot heart pine beams that just came out of his house.
No,
you don't.
Burn them.
That's firewood, right?
Yep.
I was like, yeah I'll take them. Yes, I will. Thank you. So
nice.
Go.
Yeah, I'm looking for a set of bits for my my beam drill, and once I do that, I have some timber framing I want to do. So that'll be coming up here soon.
Cool.
So if anyone has 1/2-inch drive auger bits for a beam drill, I'm looking.
It's very
They're
specific.
hard to find. Well, it doesn't have a chuck. It has the end of the shaft comes out and it has a 1/2-inch hole that the bits slide up into, and then there's a set screw that locks into the bit. That's the chucking mechanism that was traditional
That's
on
kind of a good idea.
That's very common for beam drills and post drills. But I need
what do you like? What do you have any like battery powered drills?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I've got 3 of the DeWalt with the new system.
I have like 3 or 4 of them, and I don't know if it's just I've always like used DeWalt stuff. I don't know if it's just DeWalt, but is it just me or do like all of the chucks suck really bad?
I
mean, like they work, but like you get like they come loose all the time. All the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
I haven't had an issue with that.
I've had that issue with
every time I use it.
DeWalt, Porter Cable, Cobalt.
I'm assuming like it's the same mechanism for all of them, but like back in the day, you know, like when Black & Decker was like a real powerhouse, and you had like the key that was electrical taped to the cord.
Yeah,
those things, like it sucked changing bits, but you know what didn't suck is that they didn't open up when you use them.
Yeah, it had an actual Jacobs chuck.
I think I would actually prefer the hassle of like using a key on my drill to like getting frustrated, and when they slip, you like score up the shaft. What do you call it?
Yeah,
like
it's the shaft. Yeah.
Why does that word sound so sexual?
Well,
like, that word has been just totally wrecked. You cannot say it without
shut your mouth.
There's something wrong with me. Anyway, but like it scrapes it up, and then you have to like file off the burrs because it slipped in the chuck. I don't know.
Shank. Okay.
Yes, I like that better.
That sounds more violent, but yeah.
That sounds a little criminal.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
So my big problem with the slipping chucks isn't so much the slipping on the shank, but them coming loose after the job, and I pull the drill away, and then my sharp drill bit, like if it's a spade bit or an auger bit, careens.
You grab it, it's hot.
Yeah, and it starts falling towards the concrete floor, and you don't want to dull the
yes.
What is it called? The squirrel on the end of the auger bit. What's it called? The worm. I don't know.
Okay. I'll go with that.
Yeah. But
the
then
worm shaft.
The worm shaft. Yeah. Okay. That's slippery worm. Okay.
Well, you want to know what's slippery? The topic on this podcast.
Trolls and worm shanks.
Welcome to Creators Collective, where you never know what's going to happen next.
I don't know. I like the episodes where we just go off the rails. Yeah. How much can you talk about? You know, after how many episodes have we done? Like 150.
This is 120.
That's crazy. So like, how many? You know, like how many episodes can we not lose our minds a little bit and talk about pocket holes and dovetails and worm shanks?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I like going off the rails. It's fun. I mean, this is me kind of delirious, but whatever.
So what are since we're getting all political and stuff, what are
God.
what are the woodworking conspiracies? What do you
tails
see?
First or pins first?
Ooh, what's the so you have like your left camp, which is I don't know if that's the pin camp or the tail camp. Like your
depends on which tradition you're talking about.
So like, what are the ultra conservatives like?
I'm a tail guy.
That's the thing I was thinking about this week
stuff?
Is that
the tail
there really isn't a one and the other in like in the traditional woodworking hand tool world. You have a lot of people say, well, that's not traditional. Well, then I have to respond with which tradition are you talking about? Because if you go to any location, you talk about Eastern Pennsylvania tradition against like the DC area tradition. Yeah, they're only like 100 miles apart, but you're going to have vastly different woodworking traditions between the two.
Like, what's the oldest cave drawing of dovetails? Is there some cave in France where they have like steps and you have to do the tails first?
I think it was a Roman carving, wasn't it? That showed like the first dovetails.
They're captured in Pompeii, right?
Yeah,
Probably.
I don't know. I would say it's the twin tenon versus the solid tenon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like the single.
Yeah, the single like there's one single wide tenon versus two twin tenons going into two mortises.
I've had a few comments about that because I'm putting 5-inch wide tenons into the legs. Everyone's like, "Ooh, expansion and contraction." It's like 5 inches. You're going to have a maximum of 1/16 inch.
Yeah,
I kept it outside.
You mean you're not measuring everything in cubits?
I just did the 4-inch long tenons in the media console. I thought about splitting it into 2 tenons, but I was like, no, that's just more work. So I don't know. Good topic, Zach.
Woodworking conspiracies.
Yeah, how about metalwork?
Oh,
is there any like
the fun ones I've come across recently is, do you put a camber on your iron? And there are people out there who put a camber on every iron, and then there are people out there who don't put a camber on any iron.
I was always a camber folk. Even if it's just a little bit. Just get those edges off.
Yeah, I just knock the ears off, you know?
See, I don't put any camber on anything.
But they said there's a special place in hell for the people that just file the corners off.
Well, I'll see Paul Sellers there.
Is that what he does?
He knocks off.
He just does the corners on the smoothing plane.
Oh.
Yeah, just so it doesn't leave tracks.
Okay, maybe on the smoothing plane, maybe you can get away with it. I mean, since
he doesn't file them off. It's just like 4 or 5 passes on the stone.
And that doesn't. I'm talking about the people that just literally like pretty much cut off the corners of the, not cut off, but
I don't do that.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I just knock off the ears just so I don't leave tracks.
It's called the Holyfield.
The Holyfield.
Yeah.
Oh, Evander. Yeah, that was good.
Secondary bevel regular, or do you put
or a back
the secondary bevel, or the back bevel on the plane?
Oh, the back bevel. That's a big thing. That's a big. I always
ruler
do it.
trick.
Yeah, the ruler trick. I always do it.
I do the ruler trick. I mean,
you're heathen.
The 10 times I've sharpened a plane iron in my life.
I don't know. Ron Hawk uses the ruler trick, and he talks about, he wrote a book on sharpness. So it's good enough for him. It's good enough for me.
Functionally, there's no difference. So
yeah. Cool. Where are we in life? In the
let's see.
I'm digging this conspiracy thing. What else is out there? Maybe we can ask our live chat people.
Yeah.
What have you guys heard? If there's 2 camps, if there's
or even if there's 3 camps.
Yeah, what divide? Maybe you have some independent thinkers out there, but what 2 camps are gonna
Make Brooklyn says you can use the ruler trick if you want. It just means you're a bad person. That's all.
To which I responded, "My time is too valuable."
It takes more time to flip the blade over and do the other side. Why do you even touch the other side? Once it's flat, it's flat. Leave it alone.
But it's getting it flat. Getting it flat across that bevel edge on the back of the bevel edge.
You only have to flatten it once, though.
Yeah, but I just do that with new irons, and then it takes me 2 seconds to do that.
See, this is a good one because you guys are at ends, at odds.
Oh,
at odds.
Let's talk about what's daylight.
Oh no, let's not. Me and James got into it. No.
What? Just give me a background.
All right, James is a big nerd, and I'm a photographer, and we butted heads. I referenced daylight balanced lights, and James said,
I come from the
that's
theater
not
world.
Daylight, blah, blah, blah.
And theater lighting is all set up for the human eye, whereas photography and camera lighting are set up for a camera sensor.
No, they're set up for film. They're set up for film, and it was about balancing natural light and artificial light. In a theater, you're not going to have that much natural light, and you're only lighting the scene.
You create natural light.
No, that would be the ambient light. The photographer is going into scenes in, say, an office where you're trying to balance, the stupid green fluorescent lights with actual daylight coming through the windows. And when you start mixing those light sources, it gets really
What's
nasty.
the wavelength of that daylight then?
I don't know.
Then how can you say it's daylight? Because daylight can be any range of
I said
light.
I said daylight balanced.
Okay. All right. I'm bringing this back in. This is the one time I'm going to actually like put us back somewhere.
Yeah, why aren't you jumping into this one? Come on. Who's right?
Because I don't care about it. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my work. But yeah, okay, so you have the pocket hole people. They hate.
Oh yeah.
Why do people love to hate pocket holes so much?
I don't know. If you want to talk about traditional woodworking, that's it.
It's like the
really
cool,
old
it's
style.
like the cool thing to hate. Somebody commented like because one of my videos a long time ago that like chest of drawers that I did with like maple and mahogany, whatever. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but it's probably like a year and a half ago. I just got a random comment, like I don't know how long, a couple of weeks ago. Someone's like, "You pocket holes, you suck." Like, okay.
Oh, I get that all the time. I use them like very sparingly, but where they make the most sense. And there's always 10 guys that
it's so weird that people like why do they love to hate it so much? I understand that it's like, okay, it's not a dovetail or whatever. It's not the fanciest joint, but it's like, who cares? Why do people care?
Yeah, I think it stems back to that stupid troll. Bringing it all full circle.
Let's get back to the trolls. I like it.
Full circle. No, I mean, I think it's the elitist, most traditional, most whatever. And then, they were part of this very small niche of, furniture makers or joiners or whatever you want to call them. And then all of a sudden, the jigs are ubiquitous across the market. And now, even women can make pocket holes. And they hate that because trolls are sexist.
You're begging for comments on that one.
I know.
Jackman Works just posted pellet wood pocket holes break the internet.
It's true.
And I was saying that as I was saying, that tongue in cheek, the comment about the women. I love.
Well,
oh my God.
Let's check this out. Then we don't have.
What do you mean by tongue in cheek there, Will? Just keep on digging, buddy.
Could I borrow your shovel? Oh God.
Well, we don't have a creators photo challenge this week. It's for next week, and we have a couple entries in, but you have a really good chance if you get in a picture for this of winning something from Zack. And we're doing the topic of monochromatic. So if you put out a picture on Instagram that fits that topic, just put in the hashtag creators photo challenge and you could win something from him.
I've been trying to balance my microphone stand. Can you guys see?
Yeah, we've been hearing it.
Oh really? You can hear that?
Yeah.
Like my fingers touching it?
Not right now.
Just like
you were playing with the bass earlier.
Oh, weird. I don't know how people do that. Like there's like I think it was like on Reddit or YouTube or something. Like there's videos of like this guy that just balances objects. Like that's all he does. Like you give him any object and he balances it. I mean,
I've seen he balanced like a motorcycle and like a bike.
It's crazy because like I don't know what he could do that I'm not doing. But like I can get it so close and it'll stay there for like 2 seconds and then it'll move.
Well, let's get into what we've been watching or reading. Will, what you got?
Not a mucho. I've been hanging out with the baby a lot.
Well, you gave us our joke of the week. No one loves women more than I love women.
Oh, Jackman Troll in the comments. Oh, yeah. All right. That's a Trump quote, I believe.
Yes. Well, I have to say, I've been watching Mike Boyd, which we talked about a while ago.
Yep.
We talked about him. He had just crossed like 100,000 subscribers, and now he's like over 1.5 million. So I think we did that.
What did he do? Epoxy river table?
No, he's the Learn Quick, or he's from Scotland, so it's Learn Quick.
Is that the guy that like
Yeah, he learns how to
stuff.
ride a bike and
It's kind of right there in the title, isn't it? What's
but
he
he
do?
did one of memorizing 100 digits
Learns
of
quick.
pi in a single day.
Huh.
And every time he puts out a video, I'm there watching it instantly. So it's
What's the
fantastic
best?
channel.
What's the best one?
Ooh, probably breaking a glass with your voice.
Yeah, breaking a glass.
Oh my god! And he actually did it.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Any amplification?
Nope. He just holds the glass in front of him and he goes, "Oh!"
Is
Just
it
have to
really?
match
Is
the
it like a
tone.
high pitch? Like the
Well, it depends on the tone of the glass.
yeah.
You ring the glass to
Well,
get
I
the
mean,
note. and
I'm
you
sure the
duplicate
resonant frequency's relatively close to for glass every time. Sure, it changes.
No, they vary rather.
Well, I know it changes a bit, but I wouldn't imagine it would change more than like 5 kilohertz or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
But maybe I don't know.
You should go
It's
watch
more
it,
about
Zach.
the
It's really
amplitude of the
interesting.
wave.
Huh.
Anyway, he's a very charismatic Scotsman. So it's not only is he learning things, but like his character is just
He's excited about learning.
I don't think I've ever seen an uncharismatic, Scotsman.
That's right.
kind of like what they do.
Yeah, they're always
They drink and they entertain.
I knew I got it somewhere.
So what about you, Zach? What you watching?
Or
are you reading?
God, what have I been? I don't even know. My life's a blur.
You gonna take Will's nada?
Huh?
You gonna take Will's nada?
I'm sure I've been doing something. Oh, well, it doesn't really pertain to anything, but that's never stopped me. Well, we watched Ozark, which is pretty good. It was a good show on Netflix. Waiting for the next season. Take it you guys haven't seen it.
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry. What did you say? I wasn't paying attention.
It's a show called Ozark on Netflix.
Oh yeah, with Jason Bateman, right?
I don't think so. I don't know my actors, but I don't think that's the one.
Isn't it the guy from Arrested Development?
Yeah, I haven't watched that.
Oh,
maybe it is. I don't know.
Is that not Jason Bateman?
I was thinking Patrick Bateman, who was the guy from Psycho who killed his mom, which is definitely not the person in Ozark.
It's Jason Bateman.
Okay, I don't know my actors and stuff, so there. God, what else? I feel like there's something else that I've been doing. I can't remember. I finished the Anvil book a week or two ago.
Yeah,
that's kind of a big deal.
Well, do you have a favorite product of the week? Favorite tool?
Yes, I do actually. I'm going to go with my. Oh my God! Look at it! Look at the mic stand.
Oh, he's balancing it.
Squirrel!
Look at it.
There it goes.
That was
For those of you listening, he's balancing his mic stand on the tip.
It's been 48 minutes, and I got it to stand still for like
5 seconds.
Yeah, it looked pretty solid, and it went. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, tool of the week.
Have you tried sandbags?
For what?
For balancing your mic? No. Well, yeah,
cheating,
sure.
Wouldn't it?
Sure. Why? To balance it with sandbags?
Yeah. Why would you? What's the point of balancing something? Is to balance.
Quit taking you off topic.
It, right? Well, that's like saying, have you tried balancing it before you balance it?
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on?
So my engraver setup, that's my tool of the week. I got from airgraver.com, and there's a guy, Steve Lindsay, who I was in contact with. It's like a one-man show. He makes all the tools, and I guess he has like a lathe, and he turns the engraving vise was more money than the pneumatic engraver.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. I mean,
if I wasn't a hand tool guy, I would get one of those.
Well,
the vise I can still use.
Yeah, the vise is pretty awesome.
The air gravers are so much fun. Yeah,
the vise is cool because it rotates. So versus what I was doing before with the hammer and the chisel, where you kind of have to rotate around your work. With the pneumatic graver, you hold the graver in one hand. You don't need both hands, and then you rotate your work. So that's why the vise is super important, and it's really good equipment. Pneumatic engraving stuff is crazy expensive, but it's so much faster. It's not easier. It's not easier than a hammer and a chisel. I would say, if anything, it's It's
It's quicker to go off the lines.
Yeah, well, I mean, you move slow enough when you're doing it with a hammer and a chisel that you can kind of see what's going wrong before it goes wrong, and it's easier to make subtle corrections with like your pitching your graver to do banked turns. But with a pneumatic one, it's like you don't really know what you're doing until afterwards. Unless you have like the intuition of putting hundreds of hours into it, which I don't have. So it definitely a learning curve, but it does allow me to focus more on like technique and stuff than just grunting through the laborious. It takes the labor, a lot of the labor out of the work. So yeah.
Cool.
What
about you, Will? What's your favorite tool?
So I have to go with a new product that I just used. They did send it to me. They asked if they could send me something, and I was like, yeah, sure, send it on. And it's the Metal Rescue Rust Removing Bath. And it's for removing rust on rusty hand tools and parts. I usually use white vinegar. I've had good success with that before. I know there are some people that say never use vinegar, but yeah, whatever. Forget them. I've used it with great success in the past, but this company sent me the stuff, so I was like, I'll try it. And it's safe on your hands, and it removes rust fast. So you mix it. It's a concentrate. You mix it with 1 gallon of water, and it's reusable. Safe on your hands. I dropped in all of my rusty plain parts, and at like 1 o'clock, and I came back at like 3:45 or 4 o'clock and pulled them out, and pretty much all the rust was gone. I mean, there's still the pitting from the rust on like the back of the plane iron, like up near the top, but it worked remarkably well. So I have no problem recommending it to people.
I've used that stuff in the past. It's good.
Yeah, works really well. How about you, James?
Well, I have to go with the transitional hand plane. I have been playing with them this week, and I'm actually have a video coming out later today talking about what's the difference between a transitional wood and a metal body plane. And it is, in many ways, it's kind of like the best of both worlds in that you get this fantastic feel of the wood on the work, and just the way they run together feels phenomenal. But then you get all the functionality of the steel. I mean, there's a few drawbacks, but they're, just a lot of fun. Anytime I get a chance to play with it, I like to pull that out. But,
did you guys see the Rockler April Fool's thing with the big hand plane?
I did.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
That was good. That was really good.
I liked how I was like shooting out like perfectly machined chunks
boards.
of wood.
Yes.
The shavings.
Yeah, that was good. I feel like Dan Carey probably had something to do with that.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think that about does it for this week, and it's been a fun one. We might have to just do these riffing off the top a little more often. If you like this, please let us know.
I like, my tool of the week is Will's new internet connection. I'm gonna take it back. I feel like it almost feels like we have a real podcast again. I don't know how you guys stuck through it for so long. Thank you, fans.
I was the worst.
The worst.
Cool. Well, good wrap up.
Well, there you go. If you want to join us, you can join us every Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern time here on the YouTube channel, Creators Collective, or you can pick us up wherever you listen to your podcast, the Creators Collective on, what is it, Google Play, iTunes. Yeah, you know all those. So I think that'll about do it.
We should stick all the words together and create one new word that has elements of all the other words. There's a word for that too, and I can't think of it.
You figured that one out then.
I'm not good with things.
Cool. Well, I think I'll about do it. So until next time, have a wonderful day.
Adios.